Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the RPJ YouTube channel. This is RPJ, and today I'm here with
RBM.
RBM. And we are getting straight into the fourth episode of Friday Night SmackDown, the go-home show for one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year, the Royal Rumble. We are looking forward to this show, and then we are looking forward to the Royal Rumble. This is the last show before the Royal Rumble. We're looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. And without further ado, let's just get straight into the show, and I'm going to hand it off to RBM.
All right, so on the pre-show, we did some experimenting. So we had a 25-minute technical masterclass between Bryan Danielson and Tyson Kidd. And holy fuck, would this be, if this match actually happened, I think it would be probably one of the greatest matches in, probably on a SmackDown episode history or something like that. These guys would have killed it in real life. I'm not even kidding. These guys would have tore the house down, but we're trying out a new TV product, so I figured, giving these guys some time, these guys aren't popular yet, but they're damn good workers. So
they just pulled off a 70.
Yep, they casually put out a 70 with their minimal popularity. So honestly, get these guys hyped up, get these guys some popularity, book these guys right. This is going to be a fucking killer feud for the Intercontinental title or something like that. But yes, was that 52-62 from Tyson Kidd?
Yeah, 62.
62 from Tyson Kidd, 71 from Bryan Danielson. Great match from what these guys are in terms of popularity. But let's get the show started off. Enough with the pre-show antics. Let's get the show started off.
Sheesh.
Damn. Starting the show off hot. So, last week in the main event, after the main event between Batista and Undertaker, where Undertaker retained his title, Shawn Michaels laid out the challenge. He wants his one-on-one shot against The Undertaker before the triple threat match at the Royal Rumble. So Stone Cold, he's here. He goes back and forth with Shawn Michaels. He says, they talk about their history before they get down to the nitty-gritty. Steve Austin, he beat Shawn Michaels in the main event of WrestleMania 14. So Steve Austin, he has history with The Undertaker. He's had the main event of SummerSlam 1992 and whatnot. But he gets around to it. He says, you know what, Shawn? I am in the business of making good TV. Not just good TV, great TV. So it is official. This will be the main event of tonight's SmackDown, the go-home show to the Royal Rumble. The gong hits, lights go out, Undertaker's in the ring. He says, Shawn Michaels, I accept your challenge. You will rest in peace. Something along those lines. So again, the show started off hot with a great angle. Now let's see what we got in terms of a match. What was that, 72?
Yeah.
You know what? Pretty good, honestly. So Christian, William Regal, Christian, he gets the win over William Regal using underhanded tactics. So Christian, he's kind of the good guy right now, but he's kind of starting to turn a bit. This has been seen with his antics with Matt Hardy, him kind of being dismissive towards Matt Hardy. So what was going on was William Regal, he went for his brass knuckles. But Christian, he knocked him away when the ref wasn't looking. He picked him up and used him to knock out William Regal. And that's how he got the one. Not some very face-like tactics, if you ask me. But yeah, getting the show rolling with a pretty good match. Let's see what's the aftermath of this match. So Matt Hardy, he's not thrilled at seeing Christian. Christian, who he's known for about 2 decades now. Not 2 decades. No, what? He's known Christian for about a decade and a half now, or something like that. He's not too thrilled seeing what they're doing. What he's doing, he's kind of arguing with Christian when the Dudleys, they get in the ring. They stare down. They start hawking back and forth. Are you hyped for their tag team match at the Rumble? Well, who's going to walk out as tag team champion for SmackDown? Find out at the Royal Rumble. And a pretty decent segment. What happens next? Who knows? All right, so a 77 rated angle. Okay, so before their tag team match with Kofi and Cena taking on Drew and Dolph Ziggler. If you don't know why, go watch the last episode of SmackDown. You probably should. It makes RPJ very happy with an extra view. And why don't you add a thumbs up while you're at it and leave a comment? So Cena and Ziggler, they start going back and forth. Cena's like, I understand why someone would want to go after me. I am the top star, for better or for worse. But why do you specifically hate me? I get it's like go after the top dog, but you hate me for some reason, and I don't understand. And Dolph Ziggler says, Cena, you are the very embodiment of what is wrong with this company. I am far more talented than you are. I have better skills. I'm a better performer. I have better wrestling skills. But despite all of that, you are the multi-time WWE champion. You are the golden boy of the WWE, and I'm so sick of it. You got your debut against the Olympic gold medalist. I got my debut getting my ass kicked by DX. And Cena's like, you know what? It's like, it's a fair argument, but I'm not going to apologize for where I succeeded and where you failed. Yeah, you may be better than me in a technical aspect, but technicalities don't get the job done. There's a reason it's not because of sheer dumb luck I'm a multi-time WWE champion. And it's not sheer dumb luck. You've only held the world title for a measly 2 minutes. So damn, heated words between these two guys. They're gonna have a tag match later on tonight, and they're gonna settle the score at the Royal Rumble. Heated words. Well, what happens next? And goddamn, fuck me. So Drew, he's walking out for his match. He's getting ready for his match. He's walking to the ring apron when Josh Matthews stops him. He's like, all right, what's your game plan? He says some dumb shit like that. Like he's going to actually give up his entire game plan to how to take out Super Cena and Kofi Kingston. He basically says, so he calls Josh Matthews out on this bullshit question. And he says, but here's the thing. It's like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove why I'm the greatest Intercontinental Champion. And I'm going to prove that I'm not only I'm not the future of this company anymore. I am the company at this moment in time. And I'm going to do that by beating Super Cena. I'm going to do that by making sure Kofi Kingston doesn't even get a whiff of this Intercontinental title. So let's see how the match turns out. In a 71 rated match, pretty okay. So Drew McIntyre and Dolph, they didn't work well together. So we're not going to have them team up exactly going forward, but a decent match nonetheless. So Kofi Kingston, John Cena, they get the win over Drew and Dolph after Drew and Dolph intentionally get themselves counted out. What was going on is Kofi was setting up for the Trouble in Paradise. He had Drew dead to rights. Cena was about to hit Dolph Ziggler with an AA. He had him dead to rights. Where Drew and Dolph rolled out of the ring. They weren't wanting to take a pin on this day. Live the fight another day. Don't take the embarrassment. So that's how that match went. But what happened afterwards, RPJ? Tell me what happened afterwards.
You tell me.
Click the next segment, dumbass. No. So, in another pretty good segment, So Drew and Dolph, they're scurrying up the ramp. They're kind of shouting at Cena and Kofi. It's like, that doesn't mean anything. Blah, blah, blah. They're upset. They're hot that they lost, that they almost got pinned. And Cena, Kofi, they're celebrating on the ropes and stuff. Typical celebration. But what happens next? A 69 rated segment. So Natalya and Mickie James, they're fighting backstage. They're in a fight, They can't wait for another week. They can't wait another few days to see who's the best women's wrestler on SmackDown. They're fighting, and Stone Cold comes out of his office with a 6-pack of beer. He breaks the fight up. He's like, hey, save it for the Rumble. But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about what's best for TV, I'm thinking, well, you know what TV needs? It needs drama. So, can you two work together? That's my question. That's what I want to see. So you two, get your asses out to the ring. I've got a tag match all ready for you two. And that match got a 66. Decent. The match did a job, and it gave the crowd a breather. So, Mickie James and Natalya, they defeat the Bellas when Natalya pinned Nikki Bella with a German suplex. That must have been a mean-ass German suplex. So, 66 rated match, decent. Let's see. So Natalya, she's celebrating when all of a sudden, in the next segment, Mickie James hits her. My God. So she tells Natalya, don't take your eyes off the prize. Here's a lesson from a veteran to a youngster like yourself. So, words from the veteran leading into the Rumble match. Has Natalya taken her eyes off the prize? Who knows? In the next segment, what happens next? All right, so we're backstage, and Stone Cold, he's handing out the Royal Rumble lottery numbers. Tyson Kidd's up first. Stone Cold draws his number. Tyson Kidd, he's very happy by his number. He's excited. This is a great number. He's going to go far in the Rumble. Ziggler comes up next. He gets his number. He is beside himself. He's not happy with his Rumble number at all. He's saying how the company's just holding him down again, and Stone Cold tells him to fuck off. He's like, yeah, I've heard it all before. David Hart Smith, he comes up, he gets his number. He's kind of indifferent. What is his number? Who knows? He kind of gives a shrug. He gives Tyson Kidd a high five. Then the Dudleys and Christian, they've kind of agreed to a ceasefire. They're in a crowded room. They don't want to start just brawling. So the Dudleys and Christian, they get their numbers. They kind of look down at their numbers. They look at each other. They don't want to tell each other what their numbers are. They got to keep some secrets. They don't want to give each other an advantage or something like that. Then Cena comes in. He gets his number, but Stone Cold, he looks at Cena's number and he says, you know what? You really do get your way. You really do get things handed to you. And Cena says, like, hey, it's like, hey, I'm just lucky sometimes. And Stone Cold just stares daggers through John Cena. He's like, hey, luck runs out. So some cryptic words from the SmackDown GM to John Cena. He does not like John Cena. That is a given. But what happens next in the show? That's a damn good match, actually.
Indeed.
All right, so Batista
pushed Evan Bourne. He performed better than Batista.
Yeah. All right, so Batista coming off of his loss against The Undertaker, in his world title match last week, nothing to be ashamed about. He gave it his all. He took Undertaker to the limit. So he's here. He's having a match with Evan Bourne. It's supposed to be kind of like a pick-me-up match. Evan Bourne, though, he takes Batista for a ride. He gives him more fight than Batista was expecting. But in about 15 minutes, Batista gets a win with a Batista bomb. Evan Bourne gave him a fight, but in the end, he was no match for the Batista bomb. Another good showing. Evan Bourne looking great. He comes out of this looking incredible. He just went toe-to-toe with a guy who's going to be in a triple threat match with two more of the best SmackDown has to offer. So, is there plans for Evan Bourne? Who knows?
Evan Bourne for world champion.
Fuck off. Let's not get fucking crazy. Alright, let's see what... Now the show rolls on. What's next? Who knows? I know, actually. So Batista, he's fired up with that win. He's kind of tired. He wasn't expecting that. He almost looks impressed. But nevertheless, it's a big win for Batista. A bounce-back win. He heads into the Royal Rumble with momentum. Now, let's see what happens next. Alright, it's a hype package between The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels for the main event. It goes through the entire history of these guys in 4 minutes. You know, their initial feud back in the 90s. There's a big part about last year's WrestleMania match between the two. How it was an instant classic, but how Shawn Michaels came up short. Shawn Michaels, he's looking for revenge. He's looking to redeem himself. He's looking to break the streak and take Undertaker's title. Undertaker, he's looking to remain top dog of SmackDown. Dig some more graves. Who's gonna come out victorious in tonight's main event? Who's gonna walk into the Rumble as World Heavyweight Champion? Let's find out. In a solid match, I forget. Is that like tied with the best match, or is that
probably?
All right, so the Undertaker defeated Shawn Michaels with a chokeslam. He makes defense number 4 of the World Heavyweight title. These guys put on a classic. These guys went back and forth, back and forth. There were so many times where Shawn Michaels looked like he was going to get the heavyweight title. There was so many times where it looked like Shawn would get his first World Heavyweight title in almost 9 years. But in the end, by the skin of his teeth, Undertaker is able to get off a chokeslam that is able to put Shawn Michaels down for the 1, 2, 3. The commentators, they in the next segment, both men, they stagger up to their feet. They stagger up to their feet, they lock eyes. The commentators, they put over how incredible of a performance this was, how Shawn Michaels shouldn't feel bad. On any other night, he could have easily have put Undertaker away. Who knows what could have happened? It could have gone either way. Undertaker just was the one to get off the last big move before the end of the match. But Undertaker just barely got the win over Shawn Michaels. With Batista in the mix, who is gonna have the upper hand in the Rumble triple threat? Who's gonna walk out of the Rumble as World Heavyweight Champion? Find out next episode for the Royal Rumble. But the show's not over. The show's not over. Almost as like a post-credit scene. The credits are rolling when we see Stone Cold in his office. In a 69 rated segment, oh hell yeah. Stone Cold, he cracks open a beer as he watches Shawn and the Undertaker stagger to their feet on like a television set. He gets a phone call. He picks it up, he's like, oh, you saw that main event? You thought it was pretty damn good too, eh? I think we probably put on better matches back in our heyday. But hey, I'll see you at the Rumble. He hangs up the phone. Who was he talking to? Who was going to be at the Rumble? Let's find out next episode at the Royal Rumble. RPJ, what do you think this show got?
That's a good question. I think it got an 80.
I honestly don't know. I'm going to say 79. I'm not sure. Let's see.
Either an 80 or an 81 or an 82.
Who knows? There's only one way to find out.
Let's see this.
Oh, that's right. So, to send the crowd home happy, Steve Austin and John Cena, they have a beer bash. You know, this is after the show. You know, the cameras are off. This might wind up on like the WWE website, a WWE website exclusive, WW.com exclusive. Steve Austin and John Cena, they're having fun. They're poking jokes. They're making jokes at each other. And Steve Austin hits John Cena with a stunner to send the crowd home happy. He drinks a few more beers. And now let's actually get to the end of the show.
Let's see this. '82.
And I just edging out Raw. That takes the top spot for the best show so far, I think.
Yes, it does. By 2 points.
By 2 points. We gain, and the show increases popularity in 2 regions. Or 2 regions. Hell yeah. But that's going to do it for this episode, folks. Next time, we're going to be at the Royal Rumble. Who is walking out as the victor for the Royal Rumble? Is it going to be John Cena? Is it going to be CM Punk? Is it going to be Randy Orton? Is it going to be Dolph Ziggler? Is it going to be Tyson Kidd? Who knows? Well, we know. We know who's going to win. Kind of.
Not really.
Well, kind of, but you guys are gonna find out at the Royal Rumble. We might split it up into 2 parts. We might.
Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and this is RPJ with
His boyfriend RBM.
And we are signing off. Peace.
Bitches.